Hello everyone, today is Friday and I can't really talk in an accent, so I'm going to stop so I can make the rest of the video properly. So Harry Potter, oh my gosh, it's done! I went to see the last movie last night and I have to say I was disappointed. I'm not going to go into detail because I know some people haven't seen it, but they just rushed it, in my opinion. It should have been like a regular 3-hour movie. Um, they skipped all the necessary parts and went over all the unnecessary parts. So that's all I'm gonna say. Shane, you asked everybody what their first memory of Harry Potter was. I guess mine was in 2nd grade. I hadn't actually read the book yet, the first book yet. There was a kid sitting next to me, and I looked over and I saw the Harry Potter book, and I was like, maybe I'll read that. And that's what started it all. Your second question was, what's your favorite memory about Harry Potter? Which leads me to begin talking about my day yesterday. Because I had the best day yesterday. Besides seeing the Harry Potter movie last night, what I did yesterday is I went into New York City. And I went to the Harry Potter exhibition. Here's my ticket. And I took this pamphlet from the exhibition. This was the coolest thing ever. What they first do is they bring you into this room, and they had this guy with this really bad English accent, and he had the sorting hat. Except the group I was with, the little kids, I think were a little too young to know what Harry Potter actually was. Because the guy with the hat, he would call up a kid, the kid would come up and sit on a stool, and the guy would go, "So, which house do you want to be in?" And the kid would go, "Harry's house," or "Hogwarts," thinking like it was an actual house, I guess. But then we got to the section with all the props and the clothing, and oh my gosh, you saw stuff from the first movie, and we saw stuff that was in the movie that just came out last night. It was crazy. So we're walking around and we see the clothes that Harry wears, and we see the clothing Ron wears and Hermione. And there was a huge sign. There were signs everywhere saying, "Please do not touch. Please, no photography. Please do not touch." And I was like, I really want to touch it because I'd be touching something Rupert Grint touched or Daniel Radcliffe touched, and it was really cool. They had all everything there. They had the beds they slept in their dorms, besides the clothing. They had the props from the Goblet of Fire, like the little egg that opens up. And they had the wands. Oh, they had everyone's wands in glass cases, and everyone's wands, they just express all the characters' personalities so well. I love like all the detail on the wands. It's amazing. And some of the detail on the clothing is amazing too. Some of the capes, the invisibility cloak is that the detail on that is amazing. And Dumbledore's cloaks are his shoes had such detail on it. You got to also sit in Hagrid's chair from the third movie when they were practicing on fighting Boggarts in their defense against the dark arts class. They had the cupboard closet thing that Boggart was in. They had that big Jack in the Box that the Boggart turned into. That was actually really creepy. You got to pull out mandrakes from their pots. A cool like little Quidditch hallway where they had banners saying Quidditch World Cup, and they had the Quidditch outfits that Malfoy and Harry and Cedric and Victor Crumb wore. They had the Irish team's outfit, and they had this part where you could take the quaffle and throw it through the rings. It was really cool. I suggest everyone go before it goes away. I know it's in New York, and that's kind of hard to get to, I guess. But I think the next place it's in is Australia, so that'll be harder to get to. Um, so I think that's one of my favorite Harry Potter memories, seeing all the props and stuff from the movie. It was just amazing. My question, I guess, is I would like to actually hear everyone's opinion about the movie. What your favorite part was, um, or whether you liked it or not, and why, whether you feel it did the book justice or not, um, and whether it was a good movie overall. Spoiler alert? I don't know how I feel about the movie. I know my friend who never read the book said it was a good movie, but I feel they really skipped over too much. My favorite part of the movie was when Harry was going through Snape's memories. They did that part beautifully, and that was the best thing in the movie, in my opinion. I hated that they just kind of skipped over Fred, Lupin, and Tonks's deaths. I know I was ready. I was preparing myself to cry when Fred died, and then he was just dead, and I'm like, well, there was no build up for that. I can't cry now. So I'd like to hear everyone's opinion on that. If you haven't seen the movie, then go watch it. What are you waiting for? I'll see everyone next week. Bye.